Hey, everybody, welcome to Living a Healthy Lifestyle Show with your favorite holistic health coach, Carrie Kay. I'm with Lilia Ackerman today. She's a transformational wellness coach from California, and she has got years of experience of working with group coaching, with regular coaching with her clients. And she's got a beautiful love session group that she's coming up with to help young men and women of all ages to get their relationship back on track again. So, welcome to the show, Lily.
Thank you, Kara. It's such a beautiful day and spending it here with you. Thank
Yes,
you for
you're
having me.
you're welcome. And you've helped me a lot with the coaching. So, tell me a little bit how you got into coaching and helping people. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, okay, perfect. Well, I started many years ago, and I have little pieces here and a little pieces of education because I was a single mom. And years later, I had the great opportunity to put all this knowledge under a big umbrella. And actually, I was doing coaching without me knowing that I was coaching. So I had years of experience, and finally, I decided to go into 4 years of a program. I did two programs in 1 year, in 4 years, I'm sorry, two programs. And then I became a certified, actually is wellness transformational coach because I'm able to work in with my clients in body, mind, and spirit. What is behind that is all my experience, my personal experience, that really my relationship, it was a chaos. I divorced and another divorce, and me broken and couldn't understand. And I said, why is love is everywhere and is since the beginning of the world? Why is so complicated? What is the missing link that I have? What I need to do to be able to have love? I really wanted to have that relationship. And the chaos, it was not just with a love relationship, but it was my family relationship, with myself, with the world. I mean, it was I constantly was crying, and until I got tired of crying. But the I think when I started understanding about love, it was after I tried to commit suicide.
Mhm.
So I have an encounter with God, and it was so beautiful because the first thing that I felt, it was his love. It was no judgment. It was not why this and why that. I felt this warmth surrounding me, like I'm holding you. This is not your end. And of course, I think that was the beginning, and the scripture that I read about God, um, learn about the spiritual things, and the rest will come by itself. So I didn't know exactly what he was talking about, but truthfully, uh, that transformation with him, my spiritual transformation, is being over the years walking with God, and then that's why he is love. So if I believe in God, and God is love, and I'm his child, that I have love in my DNA. I just needed to understand the deepest of the meaning of love from the spiritual perspective, and that's when I really my life started changing. God gave me a prophecy of how my life was going to be in 2011 on January. I wrote this magnificent poem that it was inspired by the Holy Spirit. And 11 months later, November, everything came to life. And I was in, I took a trip by myself, and a friend wanted to come with me, and she kept postponing. I said, finally, I gotta go. So I said, I'm sorry. So I went on my own. But I understood that 30 days that I went to Europe is because God needed to deal with me. and it was so beautiful. I was in Portugal, and when the scene that I'm looking, it was exactly what it was on the poem that I wrote 11 months before. And I said, wait a minute. And then I was shocked. I said, oh my God, this is part of the poem. And right before my trip, I met the love of my life, Herman. And it was like when went back from my trip, he was waiting for me in the airport with his son. And since then, I mean, we're living really what true love's supposed to be. I mean, the best intimacy, uh, kissing. Uh, it doesn't matter. Yes, we get upset. His background is Italian, and my background is Mexican. His background is Italian, Argentinian. Mine is Mexican. So when we fight good. but but because both of us are very passionate, and but at the end, really is like we hug each other, we talk, and it's God is being working with in our relationship, because relationship is always evolving, never is going to end until we leave this beautiful planet. So that's why, with all of these experiences, I have a great relationship with my daughters. I mean, love, respect with my grandkids. Um, I'm at peace with myself. When I understood about me, about the little girl that it was damaged, I call it the broken version of yourself.
Mm.
I noticed that the broken version of myself, it was the one leading the show. It was leading my life. And that's why the chaos, it was over and over and over. So I'm very passionate, and I know if I did it, everybody can do it.
Amen. We
Everybody
can.
can do it. So that's why I'm passionate with this Be Ready for Love challenge. Because the funny thing is, this year, the beginning of this year, people make goals and all the stuff, right? But it's proven that in the first month, in the first 30 days, people doesn't follow their goals. By 6 months, they forget about their goals. And then the new year comes, the new promises, the new everything, and then back in the circle, in a toxic circle.
Mm.
I'm not that way. I'm a doer. When I put my goals, are set on a stone. I go for it. But this particular year, my only goal was, I'm gonna love. I'm gonna concentrate on love 100%. I just said it. This is my only goal. This is my only thing I want to show to people. I want to be loved. I want to inspire love in all their forms and shapes. And without knowing that, on April, ready for love. So in a way, it was I was ready for this. I was ready for the challenge, and for men and women, because there is a lot of misunderstanding, not just affecting women but also men.
Mm.
So this is
Definitely. Yeah. Wow. So you've gone down this journey where you finally met your love of your life. That's so awesome. And now you're helping other people.
yes.
So that's, once you find yourself and you go down that journey and you can really, really get into helping other people. So tell me what you do to help other people.
Well, first, I mean, through the challenge, I go live in my face group. Almost, I'm sorry, I don't go live. I post videos. I post videos from my podcast and from the YouTube. Be Ready for Love. That's the name of the group. Also, I do on my personal Facebook, and so you can find me in LinkedIn, in Instagram, and in Instagram. That's not my best. That's not my. but LinkedIn for sure, and Facebook and YouTube and my podcast, The Road Through Bigger, because working with my clients, it is hard, but If I sugarcoat the truth, I'm not helping them.
Mhm.
So the truth, God said the truth will make you free. If I'm not truthful with people, if I don't do that, I won't be a good help. And then there is powerful question that I ask for my clients, and begin little by little until get to the root of the problem. So because when we get to the root of the problem, you can change your limiting beliefs, and then you can change your mindset. People trying to change your mindset first, it's not going to work that way. You can be like a parrot every day, repeating stuff, repeating. Nothing is going to change because you don't believe that. If
Mm.
you change your beliefs, then you change your mindset, then you change your experiences.
Wow.
And that's why I said, how can I call my podcast? And I said, well, people always tell me that, thank you for talking to me the truth. Nobody talked to me that way before. And years later, I have this friend that 10 years later, I lost her, and then I found her in Facebook. And then she said, Lilia, I have to tell you, nobody talked to me the way you did, but I really appreciate it because what you told me, I never heard that before. And it made me change. It made me, so speaking the truth is, is one of my gifts because I need courage. I need courage. But at the end, the Bible said, don't let your brother walk like a fool. Well, if I don't speak the truth and years later nobody come to me and tell me why you didn't tell me. But if you knew, why you didn't say that? And the moment they might be kind of upset at me, but I know later on it's gonna help them and they're gonna see it. So I work in the principles of God because God changed my life. And to be honest, when I read the Bible, everything is there. From yesterday and from today, the same problem that we are facing today is exactly the same problem that thousands of years people was facing. Relationships, relationships, and we are created to need each other. Like I won't be here if you are not having these amazing shows. I won't be here. So this is like we need each other. I don't know what you know because this is your field and so on. So we are connected. Somehow we are connected worldwide. If somebody is suffering in the other side of the world, we suffer too. And now, I mean, with social media, that is getting into teeny, mini towns, small cities. Almost everybody has a phone, and almost everybody has an internet. In live, like in this second. So if we are more sensitive, if we open our hearts to relationship, to connect with each other, and but if we connect with themselves, then my favorite mantra is change yourself, change your world.
Mm.
So everything starts with us.
Well,
Every
I like the fact that you were talking about goals because I've decided to do a goal board and just put it on my wall and put everything that I want to do on it. And I haven't done that like forever. I remember when I used to do that when I was in Mary Kay. I put the car that I wanted and all that. And so what you put in front of you, what you think about, you bring about. And so I like the fact that you were talking about goal setting. And the problem is that people set goals, but then they don't set the steps that it takes to get to those goals, and they don't put those goals in front of them every day and live their life that way, and see it before it happens, right? Like you can see it like before it happens. Like I know that I'm going to be on stage speaking with lots of people, like speaking in front of lots of people. So you get a picture of someone that is speaking on stage, and you cut their head off and put your head on there, and then you paste that, and then you see that all the time, right? And so I think that's a really big thing, where people have to put their goals in front of them all the time and believe it, believe that it's going to happen and see it. Don't you think that that's true in achieving your goals?
Absolutely. I mean, but you know what? Going back to relationships, if uh, what it takes to see a goal to come true, like you mentioned, it takes steps, yeah, a plan, and a small, very tiny, mini um step that you're gonna take, and each one of them is gonna take you to the final goal. But beauty, if you have an issue of being a procrastinator, because I used to be a procrastinator, big time. So I didn't have who you are, who you are when you are setting your goals. It can be in between. And if you are a procrastinator and you don't know how to be a doer, then that's the adjustment that you need to make. You need to know who you are in your business, who you are when in love, who you are, what is your relationship. Because if some people, their goals, it's just like it's a dream. Yes, it's okay. And your dream, it has to be huge, but also you need to involve more people, more than just pleasure for yourself, especially like if you're in a family, if you're in a relationship, and your goal is to like I see a lot of people in when I was going to school, a lot of people end in divorces because their goal it was to become um, a coach, different kind of expertise of coaching, but on the way there is transformation, and they started believing that their husband or their wives, they were holding them back.
Mm.
They were not to speed up to the where they were now. But for instance, that's a very big mistake, and they end in divorce. So you need to understand that looking setting goals, who's gonna affect those goals. And if you're in a partnership and you have a family, children, you need to be sure that are not going to affect those people what in what you want. So unfortunately, what people want is very selfish and involve only them. So one of the things that when I work with people setting goals is what is your surroundings? Who is are you going to sacrifice the money that you're using for your that belongs to the family, that belongs to I don't know, uh, like yeah, this is my budget, this is what I can apply for what I want, but this is for the family, like a balance, because your priority, if you have a family, that's your priority. But we become very selfish in what we want, and we sacrifice the rest of the people.
Mm.
And in this way, you might succeed in what you want, but at the end, you're not going to feel satisfied. So, first, and this is my favorite one, who you are when you are setting your goals. Because if you recognize that you are a procrastinator, okay, that's perfect. So, what do I need to be? A doer. But what is the components of a doer? What is those components? And then get familiar with them and be a doer. The more you practice a doer, what a doer is, then the sooner you're going to get to your goals. So whatever you find, if you find that key, because everybody talk about the other keys when how to accomplish your goals. I call it how to accomplish your vision, and I have the whole program on that. But not nobody talk about that particular key, who you are when you're setting your goals.
So go into that a little bit of who you are when you're setting your goals and use that as an example towards somebody that you've helped.
The example that I just gave you is like if you find that you are a procrastinator, I mean, and to accept who you are. I was a procrastinator, so
Okay.
because when we speak the truth to ourselves, when
Mm.
we ask to ourselves, we're programmed to blame other people, to blame your childhood, to blame your ex, to blame your to put it somewhere, somebody else. Somebody else need to carry this heavy load, not me. But if I said it, oh, I am this way because, okay, I am this way because, yes, this and this. But at the end, it's my life. At the
Mm.
end, I need to decide what I'm gonna do with this all this stuff. For us that we have a rough childhood, well, we have the work. We have to work a little extra because we didn't born with a mom or a dad that say you are wonderful, you are the best, and we didn't have the wonderful husband. Like, okay, so those people are set up for easier success.
Mm.
For us, we need to fix those. So I need to go back and I say, okay, this is my life because this and this and that. But from today, what am I willing to do? What am I gonna break in my family? In my book, you haven't asked me about my book.
Oh, okay. No, I was getting there. I just really liked what you were talking about because it was hitting home for me. But yeah, I actually would like to know about your book and
From
how.
bloom to bloom.
Yeah.
I walk people like the family, um, what it runs from family to family. And to be honest, I'm talking with you right now, and the word disappear. Your ancestors, your background.
Mhm.
You know, if we didn't see nobody succeed in your family, and you are the first one, there's a lot of barriers to break.
Mm.
There's a lot of barriers to break and to understand what it's gonna take, and it take a lot of courage, but it take the power of decision. I didn't. That's why I mean to have the family that I have right now, I wouldn't have it if I don't have a relationship with God, because I
Mm.
mean they call it dysfunctional families, call it whatever, but guess what? We can create from this point. My family was so dysfunctional, if you want to call it that way. So we didn't have the model of the components of the family, but I was thirsty. I was so thirsty to have that family, to have that connection, to have that intimacy with my daughters. I love my daughters. They're one of the most important parts of my life, and they were my mother. They helped me to go places and to do things that I never was gonna do or say or do if I don't have them. So they being the most important part of my life, I asked God, I don't know how to have what is to have a family, the family that I dream of. But if you teach me, if you show me, I do really want to have that. And guess what? Along the way, I do have that. They are my best friend. I'm their best friend.
Oh, how
We walk
sweet.
together. We travel together. We don't we don't celebrate many holidays because we didn't want to become a family of holidays. With no excuses, we do something spontaneously. And this is so beautiful. And when my children are here, we do the same thing. So they know that we support each other. We can count on each other. We are not the same. We're very different, but we respect each other, our differences. So that's but everything, because when you have more understanding about you, then your messages are more clear to people and to anybody. The more clear you are with you, who you are, and accept who you are at that particular moment is the key of breaking that pattern and create new patterns.
Wow.
So one,
What is the name of your book?
from gloom to bloom, from gloom to bloom.
Wow.
And I wanted to call it that because people ask me why gloom. I say darkness. It can be dark, but it can be a clear dark, and yet you can see the star. You can see, but it's dark, right? But gloom is something that like mud with water, so thick and so like it doesn't see allow you to see. And sometimes I mean, if I try to commit suicide, I mean, it's because I was there.
Mm.
Couldn't see who I was. I had that wrong image about myself because I believe what other people speak about me, the things that you heard, the troublemaker that you are, these, and I have all kind of all kind of names, but that's okay because all of these, um, it forced me to find the truth. And what happened? That truth made me free.
It's all about love, right?
Everything else about love. That's
So
the main ingredient for everything.
So tell me a little bit about this event that you have. We just have a few more minutes left in the show. You're doing an event on love, and we want to talk about that too.
Sure, thank you. It's going to be from April 29th to May 3rd, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Pacific time. And it's going to be on Zoom. On Zoom, I'm asking them to fill out just name and email, just to be safe. Then we don't have surprise guests on our Zoom call. I want my guests to have the best experience. And every day is going to be different topics. And every day is going to be action. Take action on what we're learning. Because if you don't take action immediately, don't dream about the tomorrow. Because that tomorrow might never come. It might never come. So every day is going to be action steps. It's going to be a content. It's going to questions and answers. And I'm offering also, like if somebody wants to work with me privately, I'm offering a special price for the coaching sessions. um that's it, as easy as that. So everything is going to happen inside on the face group. It's going to be for men and women because I really want us to be connected. Men and women, we need to be connected. I thought I was going to do it for women, but no, in my heart it's being men and women. We're not going to talk about, super private stuff, just general. And that's why private coaching is so important, because then you can express entirely your heart and your needs, and things that you won't feel comfortable speaking, even when it's a women's group. A lot of people, I was that way. So I understand that. But in general coaching, um, is for general questions.
Is there a difference between the group coaching? Because I've been hearing a lot about people doing the group coaching. I actually had a session this morning with group coaching with someone that says that you can get a lot more information to a lot more people. But what do you think about that? The group
Well, I
coaching.
do like group coaching, but I always offer uh, group coaching. If like if I was super shy and my self confidence, it was not very good. So I have a lot, again, I'm coming from a lot of crap.
Mhm.
So when I was in a group coaching, I want to ask questions, but I said that myself a lot. So I never ask questions. But somebody asked that question. Oh, I said, oh my God, that's what I wanted to know. So in a group coaching, that's the richest of that you're gonna find because people will ask different questions, and I say, oh, I never thought about that this way. Oh, I never. So group coaching, I do group coaching, but that's why I offer the private coaching
Yes.
because then we can go a deeper level.
Well, send out all your information, Lily, because we've come to the end of the show now, and I want everybody to know how to get in touch with you. So send out all your information real quick.
Perfect. I will do that.
Yeah, just tell people how to get in touch with you.
Perfect. Perfect. And don't forget to love more and forgive more. That's
Yep.
my last words.
So do people just call you then? Do you want to give out your phone number, or do people just give out your information for people to get a hold of you right now?
Sure. 951 743 7314. That's my phone. And my email is love13now at gmail.com.
Okay. And then how can they get a hold of you on Facebook if they want to coach?
Uh, Lilia Ackerman, I will send you the, let me see if you can see it now. But there's, I think it's only a few Ackermans, but that's my
Okay.
picture. That's
Yep.
my
I
picture
got
right
it.
here. And
Well, thank you, Lily. I've learned a whole lot from you today. And I really appreciate everything that you're doing to help other people. And congratulations on your love event. Hope that goes very well, where you bring the women and the men together and answer a lot of questions that a lot of people have. That'll be great.
thank you. Thank you. It was such a pleasure being with you.
Yeah, pleasure
Amazing.
being with you today. So take care. God bless.
Thank you. Bye.